There's no doubt that our young men and women who leave their mothers and fathers, or sisters and brothers, their wives and their children, and raise their hand, face the opportunity of going to war, possibly not coming home. These are heroes. Heroism is born of integrity, and it is religious conviction which inspires integrity and helps people discover a sense of moral clarity. Since the founding of our nation, our Sea Service personnel have been accompanied by their chaplains and religious ministry professionals drawn from the many faith traditions. The Chaplain Corps assures that our nation is well served by the Sea Service personnel who are spiritually confident, genuinely cared for, well advised, and morally centered. Our families must know that the sacrifices they might be asked to make are considered sacred.
An old World War II Navy chaplain that I knew passed away. And I remember thinking about at his funeral, what would somebody do if they wanted to be a Navy chaplain? Started falling through the right doors into the chaplain candidate program when I was in graduate school.
When I was in seminary, there was a chaplain candidacy program. I had a chance to be with an infantry unit for a month, and I knew this is what I wanted to do.
Being a pastor had its own rewards. It was fun in a lot of ways, but it wasn't, for me, as challenging as I wanted. It seemed like chaplain was always in the back of my mind.
The more I found out about the ministry in the Navy, the more intrigued I was and saw the tremendous need for chaplains. Went into the seminary, graduate school seminary. We do 4-year graduate degree. And after the first year of graduate school, I was commissioned in the Navy as an ensign.
It's physically challenging, it's emotionally challenging when you have to be separated from your family. It can be spiritually challenging. You have to make sure, especially as a chaplain, that you stay full because you minister from the overflow of what you have in you. And if you're empty spiritually, then you don't have anything to offer the troops.
You're out in the middle of, God knows where, literally, out on the ocean, and you're with these people who are all sacrificing their time and talents, some of the best young men and women our nation has. And you're sharing in their joys and sorrows. You're part of this.
And these are the most amazing people on the planet. I mean, I'll argue with anybody that sailors, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen are the most amazing people on the planet. I mean, just look at the sacrifices they make to do the things they do and to keep this country free. And we as chaplains get to be there with them.
It's really important for our representation as the Navy Chaplain Corps to be as diverse as possible. We're here to ensure the free exercise of religion. And oh, by the way, we're also here, if you don't want to practice religion, to make sure that you have that freedom too. So the more diverse our Corps is, the better.
No one cares what your religion is. You're the chaplain. You're the chaplain. You represent God, you represent calmness, and you represent truth.
You facilitate for their religious needs, provide for those of the same faith, but provide care and advise, which is totally different than that pastoral role that a lot of people see.
You may specifically minister to Roman Catholics sacramentally, but during the week I'm doing a lot of counseling, so it's everybody.
A lot of counseling sessions don't happen when these Marines come into my office. A lot of it happens when I'm in the field with them and they pull me aside. And just because I was there, what was taught to us in chaplain school was always have they call it hip pocket sermons, something ready to go in your hip pocket so you can break it out and do a field service on the fly.
Even youths grow tired and weary. Young men stumble and fall. Do you guys feel that way? Yeah, especially carrying around that Ma Deuce over there.
And the wonderful thing about chaplains of any flavor, they're the one person that the sailor or Marine or Coast Guardsman can always come to, and it's completely confidential.
The chaplain is the person that provides the safety net. When I sit down and talk with a sailor, I usually tell them, what we talk about is between you and me. I know guys who've been asked by their commanding officer, what did he tell you? Sir, I can't tell you that.
The chaplain is the one with the pulse on the troops, talking with these men and women, understanding where they're coming from in their perspective. It's our seat at the table that brings those voices to life for the commanding officer.
I love people, and to care for people, no matter where they come from. The commission, Matthew 28, going out to minister to all nations.
When you lay your head on the pillow, you have such a sense of, I did something valuable. I did something important. I ministered to somebody in a way that perhaps no one else could ever do.
I go where the Navy needs me, and I believe that's part of God's plan. And everywhere I've been able to connect with people. To be able to help them enriches me. It makes me a better person.
A lifestyle of sacrifice, of hard work, but you get to be with people. And if you can love people under harsh circumstances and not worry about yourself, you let God take care of you, you take care of the people, you can be a Navy chaplain.
God has a plan for me. I have no clue as to what that is, but I'm going to just keep going as long as I can while the military allows me to be in here.
I was a chaplain assigned to Marines in 1991 during the invasion of Kuwait during Desert Shield and Desert Storm. I went in with the Marines, accompanied them into the international airport, and after it was all cleared, we encountered some vehicles, and a woman pulled out her baby, pulled him out the window, and in broken English she said, "Because of you, he is free."
I would say to the young person thinking about doing this, look inside your heart. Look inside your heart. Do you care about people? Do you want to make a difference in someone's life? Do you want to make a difference in someone's life that you wouldn't see in the everyday church setting, in the everyday synagogue setting, in the everyday mosque setting? Join the Navy.